Welcome to Rhyme and Reason. Thanks very much, everybody. My name's Dan McLean Jr. This is Rhyme and Reason, performance and conversation with songwriters. And tonight, my guests are Romina Di Gasbarro and Bruce Domoney. And you folks are going to love them. They couldn't be more different from each other or more different from me, but somehow we've all become good friends. And I'm really glad that you get to hear some of their stuff. We're going to talk about their songwriting. And at the end, we're all going to play together. We're all mother, father, sister, brother, is what I believe. Oh, that's what I believe. We're all mother, father, sister, brother, is what I believe. Oh, that's what I believe. I really do believe that. No matter where you come from, you'll eventually see that we all need each other. So let's not impede each other. Are you with me so far? I know that you are. We're all mother, father, sister, brother. That's what I believe. Oh, that's what I believe. We're all mother, father, sister, brother. That's what I believe. Oh, that's what I believe. I really do subscribe to the idea we all get free, unlimited redos to make ourselves do better. And every day don't forget that I got you and you got me. We're one big family. We're all mother, father, sister, brother. That's what I believe. Oh, that's what I believe. We're all mother, father, sister, brother. That's what I believe. Oh, that's what I believe. In our lives, we always have a chance. In our lives, to change our circumstance. In our lives, there's always someone there. In our lives, who needs us to show we care? So show someone you care. We're all mother, father, sister, brother. Is what I believe. Oh, that's what I believe. We're all mother, father, sister, brother. Is what I believe. Oh, that's what I believe. We're all mother, father, sister, brother. That's what I believe. Oh, that's what I believe. We're all mother, father, sister, brother. That's what I believe. Oh, that's what I believe. That's what I believe. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Romina Di Gasbarro.
Well, I dreamt I saw the realm of stars. have no time for bartering sacrifice or Mother Mary Grace, no denying this heart of mine. They say there's time, you can wait. Are you waiting in the corner of heaven? Are you waiting at the front of the line? Are you losing your turn, your patience? Are you waiting for my reply? Off the subway back from Blue and Jane, I was walking past the village train when I saw that face, the dark familiar gaze. She was dancing like a marionette to a window display I can't forget, and my heart began to race. Heart began to race. Who's this child saying my name? Can I deny, postpone this life away? I can find you in the corner of heaven. I will put you at the front of the line. I will let my lover be careless, 'cause I know you're waiting to be mine. Don't worry, baby, I'm coming, baby. Don't worry, baby, I'm
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do I grab my seat now? Do I grab my seat?
So, Romina, you started out doing funk and rock.
That's
right?
true.
And you then started studying classical guitar and opera in Toronto, in the States, in Italy. How did that transition take place? How old were you? What happened? What went wrong with you, Romina?
What happened to you? Okay, I'll tell you what happened. I wanted to be a rock and roll singer, so I started playing the violin.
Okay, good.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I realized I couldn't really I couldn't write songs on the, rock and roll songs playing violin, so I decided to play classical guitar, right? And so I started singing in open stages, a lot of Janis Joplin and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun, and I got in a funk band, and we did, I went to jazz camp and, learned a lot of jazz standards and went to university for classical guitar, but then really wanted to be a singer-songwriter, rock and roll singer, so I went into opera. You following me, Dan?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
So
I'm
making
paying
perfect
attention.
sense, right?
Yeah.
And then I moved to Italy, Milan, the hub of rock and roll.
Yes,
The
of
absolute,
course.
total,
Yeah.
And
All this on the clear path.
clear
Rock and roll singer.
rock and roll singer. So then
Yeah.
I started singing opera, Verdi operas, all that rock and roll stuff like that,
Yeah.
Puccini. And finally decided while I was living in Italy, I really just want to write my own songs. So I came back. Well, actually, I moved to California and continued singing opera. That was part of my clear path. And then I came back home and decided to apply for a grant for a demo, and I got it immediately. And I got my original band members from my rock and roll jazz, teenage days, some of them, who are fantastic musicians in the city, and formed an ensemble and started writing my own music. But it became a hybrid of all the things that I had done.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
And now you've been playing for a while with David Acapinti, right?
Yes.
Who is just an incredible writer, guitarist,
Yes.
arranger,
And
composer.
composer, yes. A
Brilliant,
wonderful
just
composer.
brilliant. To me, it seems so obvious when I see the two of you play together. It seems so obvious. But how did the two of you come together? How did that work out?
Andrew told me to call him.
Really? Wow.
I
See,
said,
I
Andrew,
thought
I
it
need a
was the other way
guitarist.
around.
No, Andrew, I said, Andrew, I need a guitarist. He said, it's David.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it. And so I called him.
But when I hear your songs, the way you use chords and the way you use melody, the melody and the chords seem to me so perfectly together, so perfectly written together. I can't possibly imagine that either the chords or the melody came first. It seems to me that it had to all happen at once. What is your process for
That's
doing
interesting.
that? Yeah.
What is the process? The process is sitting down and noodling. Noodling is good. And sometimes I do alternate tunings, as Corner of Heaven is an alternate tuning, which means I change the pitch of almost every string, sometimes every string, sometimes a couple. And so that creates all these new possibilities. In some very odd situations, rare situations, just say odd, I've had a poem for a long time, and I'll be playing something, and I'll be like, that's what this song is, and I'll go and get the poem. But usually they come together somehow. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The process is still a bit of a mystery, and I think it's almost best if you keep it that way in some ways, you know?
So, Romina, what are you going to play next for us?
It's a song called The Piano.
Oh, I love this song. Love it, love it. There's a line in here, coming to grace our living room stage. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And it's that line, to me, really, like the piano becomes a character in the song. It's not just this piece of furniture being delivered. He's coming to grace our stage. It really drives that home. What's that song really is about you getting, I think, your sister's piano being delivered to your house?
Well, we had an apartment, and we had a really nasty landlord. Did you remember? Yeah, we had a really nasty landlord, and he didn't allow a lot of anything really in the house. There seemed to be a lot of rules, and he even told us, if you get pregnant, you have a baby, you're out of here. Yeah, yeah. He did not want, like, he was, no animals, anyway, he was a nut bar, and he had these two old ladies that used to. I think he lowered their rent so that they could, guard the place and call him for any little thing. The piano was coming today. Come in a grace my apartment stage. The boys were young and eager. The stairwell of narrow turn, March, April, and May waited for their mahogany case. How could that lid be closed so fast? For an old lady that came to bust my ass. She said, you can't play in the day and you can't play at night. We got night shifters and day shifters and they all got it right. One day I'm gonna have my say. It's no fun, this place I'm in, with these house cold ladies getting under my skin, with peeling eyes and ears for pins, and seething is the sin I'm spinning in. The piano is coming today. Come in a grace my apartment stage.
April, May, and June. Listening to that fall buffoon. God, I hope I'm out of here soon with his rhyming off his landlord's tune. No parties, no beds, no smokers, no rundowns. No singing, no stomping, no fighting after sundown. No babies, no laughing, no loving out too loud. No dancing, no playing, no pianos in this house. There.
Thank you.
To me, there's a really playful sort of element, the way that the harmony and the melodies work together, because it's so sometimes dissonant to pop ears.
Yeah.
But at the same time, melodic notes that you pick really make me want to focus on the lyrics in a way that I don't know anybody else who can do that. They do that by making it simple. Or by turning the instruments down. You're able to do it with your arrangements, and I think it's just brilliant. Do you ever think of it that way, or do you ever think about how to get more focus on one word or on one line?
No.
Good. Okay. Thank you.
No, I don't. I can say that I played classical guitar for so many years, and when you have that repertoire in your head, since you're 13, 14, there's so much dissonance and rhythm in that repertoire that it just becomes normal for you. And so I would gravitate to these sounds, and I could see that other people would think they were odd, but because you only know what you're kind of like raised in, right?
Yeah.
So for my ear, they sounded, I don't know if I really thought about it or if it's just kind of, part of the fabric at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you going to play for us next?
This is Love Life Sentence. Love Life Sentence. Any way you want to split it.
He's gonna take his mother's name. Things are never gonna be the same. He's gonna show it to the man. He's gonna take his place, gonna make a stand. Brothers, sisters don't approve one of his erratic moves. It's just another debut. He's gonna be his father's son. Hard to care for anyone. Build him a statue of glittering gold. He says, what about me? I'm so all alone. Give him your love and it's not enough. Give him your life and he'll rough it up. Make that good boy tough. Don't they make a beautiful pair? Can't you see them both just standing there with their long white gown spinning round crutch. Hold her high so she can see all that she won't ever be if she doesn't break free. Can't decide to go or stay. Can't remember who to blame. Are things gonna stay the same? Maybe people can really change. All the things you must deny to look yourself back in the eye. Ain't gonna make you tell lies.
Ridi, pagliaccio, sul tuo amore infranto. Ridi del duol che t'avvelena il
Father, Father, be upright. Be the leader, be upright. It's a contorted love affair. The more he hurts, the more she cares. He won't kill her in a literal sense. He'll just scare her half to death. It's a love life sentence.
Thank you, Francesco Pellegrino.
The pagliaccio.
So who's the handsome young gentleman who sang with you there?
That's my other half. That's Francesco Pellegrino, my
Yeah.
husband.
Romina Di Gasbarro. Thank you, Romina.
Thank you.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the final episode of Rhyme and Reason, my pal Bruce Domoney. You start whenever you're ready.
It's an honor to be called pal by you. Just let me say that.
Oh, thank you.
Dan Jr.
So,
Rode the streets on bicycles. We saw those houses crooked steel. So lazy then, the world wasn't ready yet. Could this really be the end? Because we said goodbye, we said goodbye in Amsterdam. I tied you up, Bohemian. Sex and smoking bed all day. One piece, one time that lives into this day. Right, another chance to say goodbye, because we lived it all, said it all sweet song by ASCAP. We saw those houses, crooked steel, so lazy there. The world wasn't ready yet. Could this really be the end? In Amsterdam we said goodbye in Amsterdam.
Thank you, Bruce. That's beautiful. I was hoping you were going to play that song. Gorgeous. To me, your writing reminds me of Nilsson a little. Covers a lot of ground. It's beautifully thought out and orchestrated on guitar. What, if you could trace sort of a lineage of songwriters, who do you see as coming before you in what you do and what makes Bruce Domoney a writer?
So when I was about 5 years old, my mother gave me a radio. And it was the radio she bought with the first money she made after graduating from school. An old tube radio. And she sent it to me recently because, you know, as our parents get older, they send us stuff, right? You know. So I got the radio. Anyway, that sat next to my bed, and it had a big glowing dial on it. I used to tune in all these stations. I was in the Pacific Northwest, so there was something about the way the satellite, or not, the radio waves would bounce off all our clouds all the time, right? So I got all kinds of stations, and I used to play a game of trying to stay on a melody I'd never heard before. So I used to listen to songs and try to be there, right? Guess where they were going. And during that time especially, and then later in life, I appreciated lots of different styles of music and kinds of music, which I think was the biggest single influence on my life. I'd have to say it was that radio. This is a song called Dark Life, and it's written about a friend of mine who I met when she was just a new arrival in Toronto. Really a sweet girl. I was playing in this little joint, you know, and she was there, and I said, "You heartbreaker," because she was just breaking hearts all night, you know, great gal, you know. Really nice girl. And she'd been through some hard times, so this song was inspired by her and her life. She came to the city a little battered and blue, burned by the things she can never undo. Hard times on the coast, but she was still fresh and new. Didn't take long for her, she knew just where to find a place where she could feel welcome. Working a zombie now, 'cause she likes it that way. Waiting all day for what she needs at night. She likes it best when she can't remember her dark life. Dan on the thighs. And there's nothing I can do. So when around has come, she calls it having fun. straight to the bar, her friends waiting. Let's start the party now, even alone on a stool, waiting all day for what she needs at night. She likes it best when she can't remember her darling. And there's nothing I can do. It's okay if you go ooh or something if you want. Why don't you sing something? It's okay.
That's great. Sounds like they're moving a piano in up there.
I don't know. I think these old buildings, they've got creaky floors, and I thought that was a good time to walk the tune out. It just was perfect.
This moving around from place to place, how
Yeah.
has that affected your music, the music that you write?
Well, an appreciation, and I think you know, a songwriter needs either a painful awareness, some kind of visual, cultural, emotional shock. I don't know what it is. Some people, like, if you're really a songwriter, you study the mechanism for the production of it. It's like an artist would look at, how can I make more of this? So like Picasso experiments with prints, and so you have to figure out, well, how do I write a song? Do I like wait until that magic moment where somehow I'm struck by lightning? And I was struck by lightning, let me tell you. In France, riding my bike, I was struck
And
by
did you
lightning.
write a song right after?
No, I kind
so
of
much
thought
for
about
that
the
myth.
white light.
So much for that urban myth.
I thought about the white light, but I know that I was affected during that time and
Yeah.
most of my life, and that's driven me to write. And every time I've gone somewhere, I've picked up things and experiences and stuff, which inspires me to write a song about, you know, like living in a strange place and having a strange environment. And everybody writes about how they are and what they're in. Ron Sexsmith, an album a couple years ago, it was like My Desk. He wrote a song about his desk, and after a while, sometimes where you write or where you practice or how you practice, or like for a classical guitar player, how you do your nails before you practice. Like if you get into it too much, you use up too much of your focus for your repertoire, and you know, like it's really hard. So, you know, you try to stay sharp, you stay motivated, and you come up with a mechanism where you've got ideas. And then I have 3 or 4 books. I have first entries, second entries, third entries, and then a final book, which has a special pencil. And if when the song's finished, it goes in there. And I have as many as 10 or 20 songs on the go at any time.
I have not a similar, I guess it's a somewhat similar, Richie.
Yeah.
Where I'll jot something down in my moleskin that I carry in my pocket, or record something on my phone. Then I get home, and sacrilege of sacrileges, I write lyrics in a spreadsheet in a Google Docs spreadsheet with
That's
different
okay.
columns and
Anyway,
rows.
you're a
But when I'm
technical guy.
done,
That's fine.
when I'm done, I handwrite it all.
Yeah. It
by-
makes it
by
more
pen.
personal for me.
Yeah, with a special
I
pen
feel-
and a hardcover
Is it special
book.
pen?
When it's finished,
That's
there's-
cool.
that ritual is, that part of
Nice.
the ritual is similar
See?
for me.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
makes it final.
Yeah.
And it's not uncommon for me to kind of choke up when I write it in that final way.
Yeah.
When I'm writing it, it can be emotional. I can really get into it. But when I'm writing it out in that hardcover book,
Yeah.
it really hits.
Yeah.
It really hits home.
Yeah. Quickly, I'm going to just tell you a story. So when I was a kid, my dad was in the Second War. He's still, well, no, he's dead now, but like he was alive for years after everyone else was dead. Right? So anyway, my dad lived to be pretty old, and he told us stories about the war. So when I was in Europe, I checked a few things out. I went around to some of the places he talked about, and I got a feel for it. And one of the things he said is when he was AWOL, he'd go to Paris, and in Paris he'd be at a place called Pig Alley, which he called it Pig Alley. He said, I remember one night, and there was like a hole in the ceiling and a rope, and there was a woman on the rope, and the Brits and the Canadians and the Australians were all fighting each other, and there's this woman hanging from the ceiling. He called that Pig Alley, right? So I moved to Paris, and what is it? It's called Pigalle, right? It's like a part of Paris. It's not an alley, it's it's called Pigalle, right? And so, anyway. So this next song, when I was researching Pigalle, close to Pigalle, is a place called the Moulin Rouge. And the Moulin Rouge, with the movie from now, but during that time, that could have been the bar my dad was in. And so the Moulin Rouge has the Moulin Rouge Follies, which are a high-kicking dance-style troupe. They're a bit more risque than the Rockettes from New York, but it's the same idea. So I wrote a song in the style of the Folies Bergère from the Moulin Rouge.
Awesome.
So that's what this song is. It's called Baby Cakes, which is a name for this girl. So you can imagine like the little hand puppet, with the legs going. You're a little bit coquettish as you tease me with a lure. Sometimes you even act as if a little bit unsure. You cast off idle compliments, but we'll not suffer fools. But you're so kind to me. This is who you are for me, the partner in my dreams. A challenge is a certainty, but never are too proud. How happy we could be. You're a brat in the morning, you're a brat in the night. Your eyes are so mischievous as you welcome me to bite. Our skin is like a symphony, a fountain of delight, like it all should be. This is who you are for me, the partner in my dreams. The challenge is a certainty. I know one day we'll see how happy we could be. You find comfort in the church you pray. Live your life so much a child can play like a woman in the world before you shape for you. It's the tiniest of boats, and you can take it anywhere. No, it always floats, and you won't need a paddle as you glide across the sea and come back to me. This is who you are for me, partner in my dreams. A challenge, it's a certainty. I know one day we'll see how happy we could be. You find comfort in the church you pray. Respect your God, you were brought up that way, like a woman in the world before you You find comfort in the church you pray. Live your life so much a girl can't play it, like a woman in the world before you now. You're a little bit coquettish as you tease me with a lure. Your eyes are all so mischievous, you welcome the bite. I said, come on, little girl, you're so kind to me, but you're so kind to me. This is who you are for me, the partner in my dreams. A challenge is a certainty. I know one day we'll see how happy we could be.
That's gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I've heard you play some of these songs before, but to hear you tell a little bit more of the story about them is really, really awesome. Yeah, everybody, that's Bruce Domoney. Thank you, Bruce.
Thanks, man.
Bruce Domoney.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Dan. And thanks to Don for creating this great space. It's a great space. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Hey, Marker.
Yes.
Hey.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Lee. All right. Ba-ba-da-da-dee-dum-dee-dum-dum. Ba-ba-da-da-dee-dum-dum. It's no fun, this place I'm in. With one word, I'm in the spin. With everyone upside down and outside in. Cross-eyed, split-tongued, and peering in. Ba-ba-da-da-dee-dum-dee-dum-dum. Ba-ba-da-da-dee-dum-dum. Night falls on me. The room grows dim. And circles trace but there'll be no casket, no cross, no hymn, no reading from the good book of Magdalene, no holy water for this lost soul win, for it owns me, it sells me when I'm in the spin, it owns me, it sells me when I'm in the spin.
Thanks.
You know what's kind of fun about this for me, about us playing together, is that I think if you saw any of the three of us on a show, or if you saw the three of us on different nights, you would never go, you know what, I think the three of them should play together. It's kind of what it's like been like for every episode of the show. We bring together people who maybe otherwise wouldn't belong together, but who know each other's stuff and respect each other and really love the opportunity to play together. I think a lot of people who aren't musicians miss the part that musicians love music. They don't just love their own music. They love really good stuff. And musicians, singers, guitar players appreciate anything that they think is really good. So for the opportunity for us to get together on something like this and play together really is an awesome opportunity. It's really great. So thanks everyone for coming out, and thank you, Bruce and Romina.
Thank you, Dan McLean Jr. Thank you, Donald Kwan.
Bruce will do your team now.
There's a hole in the window on the wall that you put there to keep me out, and there's a face in my mirror building pictures from the past, and it looks just like me. 'cause there's a book on the shelf that's filled with stories from the way that we live our lives. And there's a face in my window, and I wonder who would want to look down on me. There's a hole in the window on the wall that you put there to keep me out. And there's a face in my mirror pulling pictures from the past, and he looks just like me.
Yeah. Bruce Domoney. Enter Mickey with a Mickey in his coat. TV's on and his dinner's cold. Minnie says, Mickey, why are you so late? It's the 4th night in a row. He says his arms get tired, he's got aching feet, and he never has the time to stop and smell the cheese. And half the goofies in the world probably wouldn't even know if his arms fell right off, if he ran fast or he ran slow. Mickey's got an attitude. Mickey's got an attitude. But don't blame him, you'd have one too. Mickey's got an attitude. Mickey cries, Minnie holds him in her arms. The bottle breaks as it hits the floor. Minnie tries, but she doesn't understand why he feels like a metaphor. He says it's been about half a year since he took Pluto out to play. And even when he does see Minnie, they don't have shit to say. So he takes 10 minutes out to press his nose up to the glass. But any goofy sure knows how to wind him up and make it last. Mickey's got an attitude. Mickey's got an attitude. But don't blame him, you'd have one too. Mickey's got an attitude. says his arms get tired.
His arms get
He's got
tired.
aching feet, and he never has the time to stop and smell the cheese. And half the goofies in the world probably wouldn't even know if his arms fell right off, if he ran fast or he ran slow. Mickey's got an attitude. Mickey's got an attitude. But don't blame him, you'll have one too. Mickey's got an attitude.
One more chorus.
Mickey's got an attitude. Mickey's got an attitude. But don't blame him, you'd have one too. Mickey's got an attitude. Yeah, thank you. Thanks.